Hey guys, it's Maitha. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to take you through my daily planning routine. Now, the video that just went up on my channel, that was about my catch-all planner, how I use that setup. So I will link that up in the cards below if you are more interested in a Franken planner style. This is my daily planner. As you can see, it's quite well loved. And this is the planner that I use on a daily basis. So I'm going to walk you through my daily planning routine, why I use a daily planner as a stay-at-home mom, and some tips if you want to get started using a daily planner yourself. And while I talk about those things, I'm actually going to be planning my upcoming week with you guys, so you can really see everything in action and how I put that all together on a weekly basis. But before I get into that, I'm just going to do a very quick flip through on the Day Designer itself. This is the Day Designer Mini that I have in front of me in case you want to purchase one yourself. All right, let's jump into it. So the Day Designer Mini is 6.6 inches across and 8.3 inches tall. The page size is 6 by 8. It does come with beautiful gold foil stickers. I cut them down. I think these were from my last Day Designer planner that wasn't the mini, so I cut them down to fit this planner. But it does come with a sheet of gold stickers for you to decorate your planner. This is a really well-made planner. This is like the fourth Day Designer that I've had, and I love their planners. They're so high quality. These are very sturdy gold corners on either side of the planner. The coil diameter is 1.5 inches. And it is wire bounding. I have not had an issue turning this planner. The more you use it, the easier it is to turn. But from the get-go, it's really not that hard to turn. The mini, as well as the regular size Day Designer, does come with this beautiful Today bookmarker, which I think is really classy, is really needed to find your place in the planner. So that already comes included in your purchase of the planner. So at the front of this planner, as well as the original Day Designer, you have these assessments at the beginning of the year. I actually didn't do it for this year. I got mine in February. I also keep a lot of this information in my catch-all planner, but I think that's going to change this next year. I might fill it out in here. So this is what is important to me, values, top 5, a little goal section, what is important to me. So self-care, relationships, personal development, resources. So this is just like a little goals crash course at the beginning of your daily planner, which I think is more than sufficient in a day-to-day planner. So how to break down the steps to get to where you want to go for the year. And then it has the ideal month, as well as your ideal week. I actually did fill this out in the Day Designer that I had 2 years ago, and it's super helpful. I also think they do have this on their website as a free printable. That's another thing. If you are not sure about the Day Designer layout, you can test out the layout for yourself online. You just have to print out the free printable. So this is the year at a glance for 2020. As well as 2021. So that's going to be the same for next year too. Like very little about the Day Designer changes on a year-to-year basis. So here you have holidays. So the holidays do run in this planner. So not only are they at the front, you get 2020 and 2021, but they also appear on the daily pages and the monthly pages as well. So these are birthdays and other important days that you can have at the front of your planner. So I'm just going to skip to a month I have not filled out. So I have not filled out the month for November yet. And so this is the monthly. This is the left-hand side. You do get a column to write notes. And it's just very plain gray. And your Saturdays and Sundays are together. So it is a Monday start date calendar. One thing to note is that it very faintly shades in the weekends. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a very light gray and white stripe that runs on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Now, going into the daily planner on a day-to-day basis, you have a quote at the top, your date in the right-hand corner. You have their signature do, dinner, dollars, and don't forget sections. You have a top 3 for your day. The day runs from 7 in the morning to 7 p.m. You have a section for notes at the bottom and a daily gratitude box, as well as an entire to-do list section on the side. Now that is true for every single day. And the one thing that I love about this planner is that their weekend pages are really, really well done. So even though the weekend is a shared page, it really does feel like each day has its own section because you still get a schedule for each day. So you get today's top 3 for each day, and then you have a schedule. So 7 to 7 for Saturday and 7 to 7 for Sunday as well. And then you get this next week area, which I was really using for meals at one point in the year, but I love that you can use that for absolutely anything. It's just a little bit of a preview for your next week. So a lot of times you'll see in daily planners where they cut the day horizontally and they cut the schedule out. But if you still have a lot to do on an hour by hour basis, the Day Designer is a great option for you. So that's one of the reasons why I went for that this past year as well. So before I jump into why I use a daily planner, I just wanted to remind you guys that I am going to be doing a planning productivity series in January. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but it is going to be once a week live videos covering things productive planning. So anything from meal planning, functional planning, etc. for the new year. I really can't wait to see you guys there. So if you are interested in joining the party in January, make sure to subscribe so you can get all of the details. And if you love home management and organization videos and planning videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I do upload new videos every week here on this channel and I would love to have you a part of the family. All right, I have a ton to get through and plan while I do this. So as I talk through this, I'm just going to be decorating with the Socialite Happy Planner book. I have this icon book from the Happy Planner that I really like to use in my daily planner. I have some washi tape. This is from, I think, the Simplified Planner, these solid washi tapes. This is random. This is random. And then I have my Papermate Flare pens. I have some bootleg mild liners that I may or may not use. I'll link those down below. I think they're from Amazon. And of course, my Papermate Enjoy gel pen. Also, these washi tapes. So, I think there's a very big misconception when it comes to daily planning and who should use a daily planner and who shouldn't. Now, I think a lot of times when it comes to choosing a planner for the new year, you think, oh, I don't really need a daily planner. I don't have a lot to do on an hour by hour basis because I'm home, etc., etc. I would argue that I have used a daily planner more than I have been at home, mostly because where my time goes on a daily basis is more of a mystery if I don't keep track of it. There's also so many times of the day that I can actually get quality things done without being interrupted and without feeling like pulled in like 8 different directions. And that's usually at night where I have time completely to myself, or during nap time, or really early in the morning, which I'm not a morning person, so that is very rare and far between that I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. to do anything meaningful. However, if you are a morning person, then disregard my statement, but I'm just talking about my daily planning routine right now. So it's also really helpful for me because things are constantly changing. When you do have kids, something always drops. Like, you had plans to do something and those completely get derailed like 6 out of 10 times during the week. So I actually find that a daily planner on a daily basis, no pun intended, is actually a little bit more flexible than a weekly planner. I do use a weekly planner. Like I said, I mentioned that in my last video. It's a weekly hourly planner because I love to look at my week from a macro level. It's easier to look at your week on one page than it is to like flip through all of the pages in your daily planner just to see what's coming up for the week. But on a day-to-day basis, it's great for me to be like, okay, like this is the chunk of time I have to do X. This is the chunk of time I have to do Y. All of these things pretty much have to be done in these hourly increments. Which of these things can I do when my daughter's up? Which of those things can I do 100% asleep? And so having a day planner makes that a little bit more flexible. It's also easier for me to move things from one list to another if I need to. Sometimes on the weekly planner, there's just not enough space to write down all of those things when things do come up, because like I said, something always comes up. No matter how long you sit and write out your pre-planning of all the things you need to get done in the week, there is not a day that something new hits my to-do list or needs to get done list. Like there's just literally not a day that doesn't happen to me. So that's why I use a daily planner. It also really keeps me accountable to where I am spending my time, because let's be honest, sometimes we are not the best stewards of where our time is going. I can be a culprit of that. As much as I love productivity and planning, sometimes I just really do burn out and I don't want to do anything productive. So having a daily planner really keeps me on track. Also quickly tell if I'm going to have time to do something that day or not just by glancing at my planner. I can either say yes or no to that thing very quickly because I already have laid out what I need to get done that day, kind of by the chunks of time that I have allotted for it. And I know the idea of a daily planner can be a little bit overwhelming, because the idea that you have to keep up with it and write in it every single day, the idea can seem time consuming. But to tell you the truth, one thing I have found is a lot easier, especially if you want to decorate your planner. Even if you don't want to decorate your planner, this still works. I kind of do like a skeleton fill of what needs to get done for the week. So that's what I'm taking you guys through now, because that way I can just fill things in as I go or cross things off ahead of time. So you can kind of treat it like a weekly spread where you can just sit down and just do all of this prep work all at once. And then all you have to do during the week is just fill in the things that you want to fill in. Also, a daily planner is meant to be flexible. So by no means should you feel like you can't change things in and out of your daily planner. I feel like sometimes with weekly planner spreads, they can feel a little bit more like set in stone. A daily planner is meant to be filled out on the go and adapt to your needs. So don't feel like you can't get messy in your planner or you can't move things around, because that's exactly what it's there for. I think ditching a lot of the perfectionism around the weekly spread has really helped me get into daily planning, because I would feel like, oh, like my weekly spread is ruined or I didn't like it. Even on the times where I wouldn't decorate, which I've kind of come like more full circle on my weekly spreads with that, just because I just kind of felt like a lot of pressure for the weekly spread to like look a certain way, and I just don't feel that way with my daily planner. So I am currently filming this on a Friday, and tomorrow is Halloween. You can see based on where I am in my planner, I haven't decided yet whether we're going to go trick-or-treating or not. We're not going to be doing trick-or-treating on our block because I don't think a ton of people come by this way anyways. I do want to dress my daughter up and kind of like parade her around, but I don't want to do that at the risk of, you know, with everything going on, we haven't really decided what we would do. She's too young to really go trick-or-treating anyway, so we might dress up and take pictures at home. I don't know. This whole situation around the holidays has been a little bit contentious in general. Anyways, the reason I bring up that I'm doing this on a Friday, that is my other tip, is that find time to plan that really works for you. I know a lot of people in this community plan on Sundays, which makes sense because it's the end of the week. You want to start a new week fresh. However, I tend to front load my week. So for example, the things that I know really need to get done, I put them either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because if any of those things get derailed, I still have time to do them on, you know, either the end of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, etc. And by the time Friday comes along, I am already winding my week down. So I have a little bit more mental capacity to sit down and plan for the next week. So I don't plan on a Friday to Friday basis. I plan on Fridays, Monday through Sunday. ideally. And this has really helped because there are some things, and you'll see as I plan, that I think I'll do the next week, but actually I have time to do them on the weekend sometimes, depending what's going on that weekend. And so that makes me just feel super ahead of the week when I can get some things done off of my to-do list for the next week. And that brings me to my next point, where when you're home, regardless of whether you work from home, you're a stay-at-home mom, a lot of us are home now, is that the work is never done. Like, unless you put a deadline or a finish line on the work that needs to be done, you technically are never done. There's always something that you could be doing. So I love having kind of that separation of, okay, like the week is done. So anything that I get done, sorry, just like flipping through these sticker books can be like super annoying sometimes. So anything that I can get done this weekend is actually me being ahead of the curve for the next week, because I hate feeling like behind. So that's my trick of feeling ahead of the curve. That if I can plan things out for the next week on Friday, maybe get some of those things off of my to-do list on the weekend, that makes me really happy. And sometimes my husband can take care of some of those things for me on the weekend. But if I'm thinking ahead of time, I have a better chance of doing that. It's harder to do that on Sunday night, and that's kind of where the Sunday scaries come in, where you're like, oh my God, like I have so much to do this following week. You can't retroactively do them. But this is what's on the docket for next week. I have to film at least 2 videos on Monday. Tuesday is election day. And we're probably going to vote probably like after 4 p.m. So like after Romy wakes up, and I think John is ending his workday early to go vote. I think we were going to try to go in the morning, but I think it's just going to be logistically really difficult for all of us to go do that. So I doubt we're going to have to be in line for very long, and hopefully we will be back by dinner time. I can't imagine that in this town it's going to be hours of waiting. So if you haven't registered to vote, go register, vote. I think a lot of states do same day registration if you're not registered to vote. So Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, I think I might film today. I might film on Tuesday as well. I also have to order a mattress, schedule chimney maintenance. I have to finalize my Christmas cards. Okay, so see, this is an example of what I was talking about. So Christmas cards, I could do that next week, but I do have time on Sunday, this Sunday, to get that done. So I'm actually going to put that up here, Christmas cards. I am so dang proud of myself. I can't even express that we already took our Christmas card photos. I already designed them. They're good to go. I'm just punching in address cards, and John actually owes me 3 addresses, so I can just type those in and send them off. So Christmas cards, I definitely can do that on Sunday, which reminds me that I actually have to buy stamps this weekend. So hopefully maybe John, when he's out, can go buy those stamps. I need quite a few. And to just note that, I'm going to put a little stamp sticker right there. So yeah, I'm already ahead of the game because I thought I was going to have to do that next week, and I can actually do that this weekend. I have to write a thank you note, and I'm going to do that so that when I go to the post office, I can send all of that together and I don't have to make 2 trips. I'm going to put that here as like a don't forget to write the thank you note. So one thing I really do have to get done next week, as I mentioned, is I have to order a mattress, but I have kind of delegated this task to my husband. We went, I think, to Casper really quickly to test out mattresses. We are in the middle of moving into our master bedroom. We've been in one of the guest rooms right now just because I've been waiting on ordering a king size bed because I hadn't found anything I liked. So the king size bed should be coming this weekend. So again, I'm actually going to move that to this weekend, the mattress ordering process, because that really, really does need to be ordered this weekend. And I don't want to think about it the following week. Because I am filming Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to schedule in doing some of these littler items on Wednesday. So this is another trick I like to do when it comes to daily planning or planning in general, is that I take half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, depending how long this is going to take, to just plow through all of the smaller items that I have to get done. So that can be, that's usually scheduling appointments, researching something really quickly, doing all of that stuff. So currently I have to schedule chimney maintenance, and I have to look into an oven cleaning service. This really needed to be done when we moved in, but it was summer and we weren't really using our oven, but it looked like, I guess the previous owners, it looked like something kind of like exploded in there, and I don't want to ruin the stove. So I just have to get this professionally done before the holidays. So I have to look into those two things because, as I mentioned, it's already snowing here in Connecticut and we have 4 fireplaces in this house that I would like to turn on. So I have to get this done this week and I have to schedule that. I also have to order a case of wine, but I'm actually going to move that. I'm going to move that to the weekend because there is not a single bottle of wine in this house. That's a problem. And I might want to put that together with my food order, but that also depends if I get the wine on our way to Costco. I'm not even sure if I want to go to Costco this week. I'm going to put it on the Monday date over here. Yeah, that's like a top 3 also. So I'm going to put, maybe it gets done sooner, maybe it doesn't, but we shall see. Super important. So I also need to order some things for a really fun video that's coming up that I don't know when exactly it's going to go up, but I have to order some things for it so I can at least film it ahead of time. And I also have to put in an order, a skincare order at The Ordinary. We're all out. All of these things I know can get done between 12 and 2. So I'm just going to put, these fit perfectly in here. So 12 and 2. Little things. So back to Tuesday, because voting is going to probably take a big chunk of our time in the late afternoon. I know that dinner has to be really simple. So for Tuesday, I'm going to plan, this isn't a meal planning video, I can do that completely separately, but I know for a fact that dinner is going to have to be either pasta or leftovers. Let's put pasta for dinner on Tuesday. I think the trash bill is due on Tuesday because the trash guy comes every Tuesday. So I have to make sure to leave his check in the garage. Sorry, my camera cut off, so I'm like not sure where I am right now in this process. But I put a planning sticker here because I make a date with myself every Friday to plan. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the catch up. I'm also going to put a date night sticker. So with everything going on, we've said that we want to get better at doing date night and that it doesn't just kind of feel like the same old. Over the summer, we would try to go out to eat outside, and we were really good about date night pretty much for our entire relationship, I want to say. We would always go out on Friday nights and Saturdays, etc. But now it's kind of depressing in terms of where you can really go. Not every place has like heated lamps to eat outside. So I'm trying to just get a little bit more creative with date nights at home. So screw it, let's go back to meals because I said it wasn't a meal planning video, but since I'm already here, I might as well put in something. So Monday, I'm thinking, why not do like a crock pot stew? because then that means I have stew meat in the freezer. So stew pasta, that means on Wednesday. I always like to do either leftovers on Wednesday or Thursday. It just gives me a break in the week, and nobody in my house complains about eating leftovers. So I'm very lucky about that. And I love them because that means I'm off for the night. Why not do Mexican again next Friday? That sounds fun. We'll do Mexican takeout on Friday. We love Mexican food in our house. Like, my husband is a Mexican food connoisseur. I love it. We found the most amazing taco place not too far away from our house, and we are very, very excited because there were so many restaurants that we weren't able to go to before we left the city, and so it's nice that we were able to find something that we really like near our new house. So that means Thursday's kind of up in the air. I'm going to try to do something seafood related on Thursday. So maybe the crab cakes we have in the freezer. I'm just going to put seafood, and I will get to that when I get to that. Okay, so I have a skeleton meal plan in there. So next weekend, I'm really dedicating to decor and household item things that need to get done. As I mentioned earlier, we're trying to knock some things out before the end of the year because I have to look into changing the lighting in the guest room. I have to do research on a couple of things. So I'm just going to really dedicate next weekend to doing that stuff if I can't do it during the week. So it's very possible that some of this stuff could migrate to the weekday if I have time. But like I said, I don't want to overdo it. So that's going to happen probably during Romy's nap time. Just get some home stuff done. It's going to be really helpful because John's going to be able to help me with some stuff, and we kind of need to go over some stuff together. But Saturdays, I really do like to keep them family time. It's the only time we have together as a whole family. So I really like to do something fun in the morning with her. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. We've done the pumpkin patch twice already, which she had a blast, and we did the corn maze. That was a little earlier in the season. We did not go apple picking. And then, like I said, this weekend, I'm not sure if we're gonna do like anything meaningful for Halloween, but maybe we'll go on a hike or something next weekend. I know John's been wanting to do that forever, so maybe like time permitting, a hike or a walk. Maybe we'll do brunch. That sounds fun. Brunch on Sunday sounds fun. I can't find a brunch sticker, so. Okay, maybe we can, weather permitting, I'm hoping we can do that. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to pick out fabric for my bay window. So looking through what I have so far, like I said, there is a lot of white space, but this gets filled up quite quickly. Seems like Thursday, there's quite a bit of buffer room on Thursday if everything goes to plan and I don't have anything that I really super pressing. So I'm going to make the focus of Thursday getting some things together for the launch of my website. Okay. So the last thing I have to do is I just have to figure out when I want to go grocery shopping / go to Costco. I am dangerously low on paper towels. I saw one paper towel in our supply closet, which is like a serious issue. So I don't want to go on Tuesday. I can't go on Tuesday. I don't really want to go on Monday. Saturday's Halloween. That's not fun. You know what? I'm not going to go to Costco this week. I just like don't see it in the cards wanting to do that. Screw it. I'm going to put in a grocery order this weekend for Sunday, so it can be picked up on Sunday. So I'm going to get that done Saturday morning. Because it fluctuates when I put in grocery orders. I know some people, it's the same day every week, and for us, it just depends what we have left over, what we ate, whether or not I've gone to Costco in the recent weeks or not. So it can change. Sometimes I go on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Sometimes I've gone in the middle of the week. I try to keep it once a week, but I'm not really militant on the day that I put in the order. And then just remember to buy paper towels. So I know some of you are wondering, where are you putting all of your routines and cleaning schedules, etc.? I don't put that on my to-do list. I just don't. Planning on doing an entire video on how to minimize your to-do list and how to really manage your week that way. Just because if it's already a habit and you do it on certain days or you do it at certain times of the day, I don't really feel the need to write it over and over and over again. The only time you'll see me doing it is if I'm trying to change something around or solidify a new routine. So for example, like I don't need to put down, wake up, breakfast, morning routine, blah, blah, blah. Just for the sake of this video though, my morning routine does start around 7:30 in the morning. Only because we're not going anywhere in the morning. Usually there's nowhere for us to really head off to right now. So, and she's sleeping in a little later anyway. Breakfast, we switched the bottle to be a little later now recently. So she has a bottle around this time, just playtime, and me getting those things done intermittently. So making the bed, tidying the house, doing certain activities, just going through we go for a walk in the morning. So all of this stuff I don't really need to put in unless it changes. It also just makes my planning process a lot faster, that I don't have to write in all of these things that I already know I have to do. I tend to also write those things more on my weekly planner just because it's easier for me to time block when I know exactly where I'm going to be. But in my daily planner, I know what I'm doing between 7 and 9 in the morning, and usually it hasn't changed in the past year. So let me finish decorating some things and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and filled some things in that I forgot. So this is what it looks like. So this is this weekend, and then this is this week's meals coming up. Saturday and Sunday, I have a question mark over what I want to do for those, because once I put in my grocery order and really sit down and see what I want to plan out, then I will be able to fill in Saturday and Sunday. Monday, this is what it looks like. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. So I have a lot of little things to get done and make sure that my video uploads, etc. Thursday, dedicating to some website stuff when my daughter is asleep. And then this is just a little ask for us to start dinner. Usually I do start dinner early, but with seafood, I have a feeling it's going to be a rice dish. So sometimes I just like to get the rice out of the way early. And then Friday is looking like we're winding down the week, which is really nice. And then Saturday and Sunday, as you guys saw, just some things that John and I have to do together, and I haven't even thought about meals for the following week. As you can see, this is not absolutely everything I have to do during the week. There is a lot of white space, as I mentioned earlier, but the point of this video is that it's not supposed to be overcomplicated. It's not supposed to be overplanned if you don't want it to be. And the important part is that you sit down and you at least have an idea of what your week looks like. Now I know what I'm working with. So as the days go on, I can just quickly fill out. This will just get completely filled as I'm doing stuff during the day, and the to-do list will fill up, and then these things will be slotted in later as well. But it's so much easier for me to sit down because I don't have a lot of time to sit down and do this every day, take out all my stuff, do this, etc. It's much easier for me to sit down, see what I have going on, and just kind of take it on a day-by-day basis. And the reason that I do that is because, as you can see, I'm flipping around back and forth between the daily pages, seeing what would make the most sense to put on each day, because I'm getting a little bit better of an idea as I go what needs to get done. So that was just the overall point of this video, that even though it may not seem like there's a lot going on right now, there's always a ton going on a daily basis. If I'm not filming this takes a lot less time for me to do. So just a little bit of daily planning inspiration for you guys, that yes, if you stay at home, it is very possible to very much fill up and use a daily planner, but this is just my way of doing it, where I just do a skeleton plan at the beginning of the week and then I fill it out as I go. It's much easier for me to do it that way than starting out with a blank page every single day, because I was doing it that way. I was forgetting things and I didn't really have like a good cadence of how my week was going to go. So if you enjoyed watching this video or you learned anything useful today, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you guys like this content. I do have a lot of really fun content coming your way to round out the year. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on your way out. And as always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.